Greetings and welcome, y'all. I had a little additional setup this morning because my children wanted to play outside. So I got them some new water guns, and so they want to be doing that. So I'm outside talking to y'all today. So I want to talk a little bit about stages of change. I hope y'all can pop in. If not, then the replay is available. Let me pull up my notes. I'm gonna. Hey, good morning. So I'm pulling up my notes. Let's see. Let's see. All right. So we've been talking about why advice is not good for people. Most empaths like to jump in and give advice. You're trying to help people who don't want help, and you're trying to help people in a way that you see fit, but you're forgetting a few key concepts. So I am here. We're going to go through stages of change. All right, so we already understand that the reason that people are experiencing suffering is because they are out of alignment with their higher self. So no matter what advice you give, if they don't get back into alignment, they're going to repeat the same cycles. You're going to repeat the same cycles. So I want to give you some tools to understand, and we're going to keep moving forward in strategy. If that makes sense, let me know, and I'll continue on. The weather is hot today, and it's kind of aggravating my asthma, so you might see me have some little chest spasms going on, but that's okay. I'm fine. Let me know if that makes sense, y'all. Okay, good deal. All right, Marvin and Monique. All right, so let's talk a little bit about how to identify where people are so you'll know exactly how to help them. And you're going to know how to help yourself too, because everything that applies to other people also applies to you. So the first, let me give you the stages of change. There's many models, but I want to give you this one. It begins with pre-contemplation, contemplation, preparation, action, maintenance, and relapse or termination. Let's talk about it. So when an individual is in the pre-contemplation stage, they are reluctant to hear you. I know you know what that feels like. You're trying to give somebody advice, you're trying to get them to see something, and they are just not having it. They're reluctant to hear you. That means they're in the pre-contemplation stage. They are not ready to change. If you start trying to give them advice and help them, there begins your drain. You're going to begin to be drained because a person in a pre-contemplation stage is blocking your energy. You're sending it out and it's dispersing into the environment. It's not coming back to you, okay? They are rebellious, right? They want to keep doing the thing, but they just don't want the outcome, right? So you might be helping somebody who's in a damaging relationship. And they keep saying, well, it's just something about this person. It's just something about her. It's just something about him. I don't know. I just keep doing this. But I've had a friend told me one time, she said, I'm not going to stop seeing him. I need to do this. And I said, okay. She was in pre-contemplation stage. I hope you can see how the drain starts off. You're trying to help somebody who is not in the appropriate stage of change. All right. And also a person who has given up hope is in the pre-contemplation stage. So they have reasons why they do what they do, and they vouch for those reasons. Well, I did that because, and you try to tell them something, and then they say something like, well, I didn't have a choice. I had to, and that's the way I see it. That's the voice of a person in pre-contemplation. These people are not ready to change. If you try to change them, then you're going to come up with some draining energy, okay? Because you're going to send your energy out from your being. It's going to hit their block and disperse, and you're going to get no benefit from that, okay? Let me know if that makes sense. And also, have you experienced this before? I know you have, because every empath has. This is why I say You don't have to absorb. Don't jump in trying to help people right away. Okay? You're trying to help people and you want something more than they want it when they're at the pre-contemplation stage. You can't want it more than they want it. Okay? So the next stage is the contemplation stage. And in the contemplation stage, they're more open. Okay? But they're just kind of like back and forth, back and forth. Yeah, I see what you're saying, but yeah, I see what you're saying, but yeah, but this is a person in a contemplation stage. They're acknowledging what you're saying, but they're still not convinced that that's the way to go. And you will hear yourself and feel yourself getting stirred up at this point, because probably you've been in the conversation for several minutes now, realizing that it's going nowhere. Yet you stay in the conversation because you really want to help people. But at this point, I want you to see how you cannot help them. We're going to talk in our next call about what to do when they're in the pre-contemplation and contemplation. But right now, I just want you to understand the exact stages, okay? So when they're in the contemplation stage, they're considering that this is a problem. They're considering the possibility of what you're saying, but they're not sold, all right? They are not sure that there's something that you're saying that they actually want to do. They're caught in between, right? A rock and a hard place, as we say. So you're not going to try to help a person in pre-contemplation or contemplation stage. Can you see where some of your drain is coming in? Like, have you identified it already? This is why when people stop you in the store, you got to determine, do they want to vent or do they want help, right? And then you have to determine on your own what stage they're in based upon their word cycles, what they're saying. Because some people are going to say, yeah, I want help. But their voice is saying they're in pre-contemplation. They don't even see that they're a problem. They don't even see what the problem is except the thing that they're talking about. And we already know that the presenting situation is not the problem. We'll continue talking about that, okay? So now you move on to the preparation stage. Y'all let me know if you're still here, because sometimes if the connection is low, the screen might be frozen, I might be talking and y'all don't even hear me. So just type something and let me know that you're here. Okay, good deal. So the preparation stage is a time where they're ready for some action, all right? So at this point, the person decides, yeah, I need to stop drinking. The person decides, yeah, I need to exit this relationship. Or, yeah, I do need to stop eating this sugar because I am diabetic. Yeah, I really do need to go to class. Yeah, they're saying things like that. Yeah, you're right, I do. And you can hear it in their voice. It's kind of a resigned tone, like, yeah, okay. A person in contemplation and pre-contemplation, even if they say yeah, they're going to sound like this. Yeah, I get what you're saying. Okay, the energy. You got to feel the energy. If they're like, yeah, I get what you're saying, but that's pre-contemplation or contemplation. When they're in preparation or the action phase, they're like, yeah, I do need to do something. You're right. I could see it because I've been going about this all wrong. I can see. They begin to talk about what they see and their insights, okay? So, not all people are going to process to this contemplation stage, the preparation stage rather. Not all people are going to process. Some are going to stay in between pre and contemplation. And you got to learn how to let those people be because it's on their life path to be in that situation, okay? They will begin to make serious attempts, okay? Even if they don't have the tools, they're going to attempt to do something different, something better. These are people who actually want to change. When a person is in a preparation stage, we really want to go in with some strategy. I'm going to teach y'all about strategy soon, but we're looking at these stages, okay? And then when the person is ready to take action, they're listening now. They're listening, they're having aha moments, they're relating, they're going, okay, tell me that again. Okay, wow, that's deep. This is a person who's listening to you. And they have decided that they have a problem. Next is the action stage. So there's pre-contemplation, contemplation, preparation. Some models will add preparation and action together. I want to separate it. A person who's moving into action is ready to put a plan in action, all right? They're going to give you a commitment. Yes, I'm going to do A, B, and C. A good action plan is necessary. We'll talk about how to come up with an action plan, okay? And then there's maintenance. So for a while, a person is going to go back and forth between preparation and action. Preparation and action. That's to be expected. One way you get drained is you get frustrated because they go back and forth. They shouldn't go all the way back to pre-contemplation. That's the person who's not ready for action. But if they go back and forth between preparation and action, that's to be expected. You don't need to be frustrated. This is a human process, and it's not a perfect process. In fact, perfection is not even a thing. So what it sounds like when they're going back and forth between preparation and action, they'll take some action, they don't get what they really want. They'll say, I'm tired, I'm going back. That's a person who's vacillating between preparation and action. A person who's going back and forth in that gray area is somebody who's saying, I'm trying, but it's not working. I don't know what else to do. Okay? I'm going to tell you how to help them, but right now we need to understand where they are. Now, maintenance is the place where they're putting in steady action and they're getting results. And when they don't get results, they're coming back to see, okay, what do you think? What could I have done differently? This is a person who's completely open and ready for change. This is a person who's not going to drain you because they're open. They're going to take your energy and then they're going to shoot it back to you with openness, and you're going to feel fulfilled. You're going to get off that call or from the presence of that person, and you're going to feel good about what you did. So again, I hope you see now you do not have to absorb. It's very tempting to absorb, to remember how you felt when you felt like they feel. Don't do that. You're going into your own trigger. That's how you absorb. So the ways you absorb, you try to help people who are not ready for help. You try to help people who don't want to help. You get frustrated when people go back and forth between stages because you never understood that there was actually a stage process going on. And then once the person has taken consistent action, they're getting results, they're feeling good over time, they will either go into continuance or relapse. Sometimes they go backwards a little bit. It's okay. That's to be expected. This is not a straight line. Healing is not a straight line. It's zigzag, it's spirally, it bends upon itself. And so it's important to affirm the person, like, yeah, I know you didn't get that quite right, but you have a next time. And next time, we know what to do. Next time, you can feel what it feels like when X, Y, or Z is happening. These are the encouraging words that actually helps the person stay in maintenance, stay trying, okay? So I'm gonna end right there. When a person is in relapse, when they're going backwards, sometimes people think they're going backwards and they're really not. They're just kind of moving forward to the next phase, right? So let's say between preparation and action, there's this gray area. A person can be at the beginning stage of preparation, or they could be closer to action. It's a continuum, right? So if they go back and forth, but they're still moving, that's to be accepted. Affirm them, let them know they're doing great. But a person in pre-contemplation or contemplation, this is where you got to figure out if they really want help or if they want to hold a vent. And I'm going to teach you how to hold a vent. That was a lot of information, so I'm going to stop right here. I'm going to see if you have any questions, and then that will be the end of this live. And of course, I'm going to post my little short videos throughout the week. So next, we're going to talk about how to help people in each stage, and also how to hold a vent. I also want to teach you the cycle that keeps people stuck in their relationships. I don't know if we're going to get to that whole thing, but I'm going to definitely do my best to get it in. So y'all make sure you're watching the short videos. Make sure you are taking it in, digesting it, and practicing it. Before we go, I want to give you one tool. I like to leave you with a tool. And that is, when a person is in front of you with a problem or they're on the phone, you don't know if they want to vent or process, and you don't know quite how to carry that out. But one question you can ask them is, how can I support you? I see that something's wrong. How can I support you? That's a good question. Implement that right away. How can I support you? Don't assume you know how to support them. Don't assume that you know what's wrong, because you don't know all the details, even if they tell you some of them. People forget details. They are unconscious, so they don't include them sometimes. So never assume that you know all the details to a person's situation, because you can never know their whole entire psyche. They don't even know their whole entire psyche. So don't assume you understand, and that means don't give advice. you can ask, how can I support you? That's going to generate thoughts. And if they're in a thought, they will come up with an answer that came from within. And that's going to help them way more than any advice that can come from the outside. All right, I'm done. Y'all let me know if you have any questions before we close out. I try to keep the teaching short because I know y'all busy. I know we have a lot of information and I want to give it to you, but I want to give it to you in bites so that you can keep up, you don't feel overwhelmed or left behind. You are welcome, Marvin, and I really appreciate your participation. I do. Your presence is felt and it makes a difference to me, okay? If you have any questions, you can type them on this live stream comments, and I'll be sure to get to them. And that's it. If y'all are keeping up, you're doing a great job. This is a self-paced course, but it's a guided self-paced course. So there's no real falling behind. You go at it at your own pace. I'm just here to guide you along. But remember, the course is going to end at the end of June, so you want to make sure you get all of this good information in, okay? All right, so if that is it, I'm going to be out of here. I got it, what you were putting down. Okay, good. All right, so y'all have a beautiful day. It's hot out here. I'm glad my asthma held up, and we'll talk soon. All right.